Why do so many ex-Jehovah's Witnesses become atheists after escaping the clutches of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society? With some becoming mockers and haters towards the God they once dedicated their lives to. This is a tragedy because it allows the governing body to continue to control your life by having you stew in your bitterness and hatred for the God of the universe. You remain a slave of the very watchtower you thought you escaped from. Many people despise the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, the system that enslaved them for so long, and the men who succeeded in brainwashing them, the governing body, and those that supported them in deceiving millions of people. Did you know the Bible talks about this disastrous spiritual condition of embittered ex-Jehovah's Witnesses? It's found in Matthew chapter 23, verse 15. Jesus said, "Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when you have succeeded, you make them twice as much a child of hell as you are." These are sobering words. Hateful and bitter ex-JWs have become twice as much a child of hell beyond those that con them into becoming members of the so-called truth. I don't know what's worse, remaining a brainwashed slave of the organization and dutifully serving the governing body, going through the mind-numbing and soul-robbing motions year after year, or escaping the organization but becoming a hater of all things spiritual and of God himself. Either way, I guess, that person has become twice as much a child of hell. The governing body wins whether you stay or leave. Unbelievably tragic. Friends, I urge you, if you are an ex-JW who find yourself in a similar situation as the one I've just described, that you would reevaluate your position. Understand that you were not only deceived while you were an active member, but that you remain deceived if you have managed to escape from their evil clutches, yet cling to hatred, rage, and bitterness toward God. There is a grieving process when one leaves cults like Jehovah's Witnesses. Rage, even hatred and bitterness, is to be expected and is part of the healing process. I would imagine it might be normal to go through a period when you even hate God. But you can't remain in this dangerous state. You must pass through it and find peace, not only with yourself, but more importantly, with God. It's not God's fault that you fell into the clutches of this cult. For some, you were innocent victims, birthed into and raised up in it by one or both of your deluded parents. You had little, if any, choice in the matter. But many of you made your own choice to become baptized. Nobody threatened you with death, torture, or imprisonment. Sure, you may have been pressured or coerced in some way, but still you ultimately decided. You were brainwashed because you allowed yourself to be brainwashed for whatever reason. It's tough to face up to such facts, to realize you allowed yourself to be deceived for years, even decades. But you must take responsibility for allowing yourself to be duped. Don't blame God for your lack of wisdom or refusal to do the necessary research. Finally, remember these words of hope and healing from Psalm 34, verse 18. "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." My hope and prayer for those ex-JWs who are full of hate and bitterness because of what they went through will see with new eyes that such emotions will, if left unchecked, destroy you in the end, in one way or the other. Allow the love and forgiveness of Christ to set you free from this sin as you seek repentance and find your peace in his shed blood that can wash you clean, giving you hope and needed healing. Don't allow the governing body, those deceivers, to rob you of the most important relationship on earth or heaven.